Welcome back to Wine, Whiskey, and Words, the podcast where we drink boldly, talk loudly, and treat mild opinions like they're peer-reviewed dissertations submitted under deadline pressure. I'm Brad, your host, a baritone-voiced man of questionable decisions and unquestionable commitment to them. I have a glass in my hand. Hold on. A thought in my head that probably should have stayed there, and the audacity, the sheer unearned audacity to say it out loud anyway. My girlfriend has concerns, my therapist has more. I call it a gift. They call it a lot. We've agreed to disagree, mostly because I keep talking. And as always, I'm joined by my co-host Daniel, a man who has never once had a casual thought in his entire life. Every opinion is a thesis. Every thesis has an appendix. Every appendix has
I
a
have an
rebuttal.
appendix.
Every appendix has a rebuttal he prepared in advance in case you disagree, which you will. And he was ready for that too. He doesn't watch films, he autopsies them. He doesn't read history, he prosecutes it. He is the whiskey to my wine. Complex, slightly overwhelming, and the kind of thing that sneaks up on you and suddenly
And
you're on the
delightful.
floor wondering how you got there.
It's delightful.
Tonight, he will over-explain something magnificent, and you will feel both exhausted and genuinely smarter. That's the Danielle experience. There's no opt-out. Together, we've tackled the questions that have haunted civilization since the dawn of the dinner party, like whether true crime podcasts are making us paranoid or finally prepared, whether social media is a highlight reel or a cry for help disguised as brunch photos, and why every generation thinks they've invented staying up too late having feelings. Daniel found the symbolism in all of it. I found the bottom of my glass. But tonight, we go maternal. We're talking history's best and worst mothers. The women who shaped empires, destroyed dynasties, sacrificed everything, and in some cases probably should have been stopped much, much sooner. From the saintly to the sinister, the fiercely devoted to the absolutely unhinged, motherhood has never been a simple story, and we are not here to simplify it. We're covering the mothers who built legends with their bare hands, the ones who rewrote history from behind the throne, and the ones who made us call our own moms immediately afterwards just to say thank you. Daniel has a timeline, color coded, with footnotes. I have strong feelings, a full glass, and at least one hot take I cannot defend historically, but absolutely believe emotionally. So, pour something warm, call your mother, or don't. We'll get to why. And maybe sit with whatever complicated feelings that sentence just stirred up. This is Wine, Whiskey, and Words, where the pours are heavy, the history is messier than you remember, and Daniel has thoughts about your lampshade.
I love lamb. No, you know what though? I think you really overestimate my intellectualism. I I talk a good game, but
I
I'm not
mean, I think you've been listening to Jamie too much.
probably. She's like if if I were asked to say I need a promotion, I would write like a page. She wrote 212.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like if I say to Jamie, like, you know, Daniel's really smart. She's like, you really should talk to him more.
That's accurate. That's what she says to everybody. It's not just you. So, yeah. Well, it's been a while. So long that we actually gave up on our last topic and chose
Yeah,
this one.
it's been about a month and a half.
Yeah, life just gets in the way sometimes, and it certainly did this time. But tonight we are drinking a wine that I actually got about a month and a half ago and intended to use on our next episode before it was available to the general public. We are
Yeah.
having Cooper's Hawk's new Camille offering, Camille Dauntless, right?
Yes. Yes.
And it's actually apparently their 8th release in this Camille collection.
Yes. There's been brave, proud, fierce, audacious, festive, then brave again, then festive again, then magnificent,
Yeah.
and Now this.
And I will say, like, I haven't loved all of them. They were all good, but not my cup of tea.
Proud was my favorite.
That bottle of Proud you brought over one time was,
And that was my last one. That
yeah,
was
that was
yeah.
exceptional. But this actually was the gift to the Wine Club Elite and
The ambassadors. Yeah.
ambassadors this year. So I got it, I think, in February, and I said, Brad, we're going to use this on the podcast, and here we are.
Yeah.
So it is available if you have a Cooper's Hawk, if you're near you, or if you ever go somewhere that has one. I highly recommend it. It's mostly cab. The bottle, as with all of the Camille's, is actually quite beautiful. It has a Shoshone Native American woman at the center, as do all of the. I think all of the
Have a
Camille's have a
woman
woman on them.
yeah.
But she is there. She's surrounded by some really neat like tapestry work. She has flowers. Like, this is kind of a theme with the Camille's, but some of the most beautiful bottles you'll ever see. And apparently, the inspiration came from Sacagawea,
Yes.
who traveled with Lewis and Clark, as you know, was on a coin. Um, and there are grapes embroidered on her poncho that I did not notice until now. So, anyway, it's mostly a cab blend, and it has what, Malbec, Merlot. Me getting all the
Cab
information.
Franc,
Yeah,
Petit Syrah, and Syrah.
man, you nailed it. Good job, Brad. Brad's been studying.
Yeah.
But Emily Wines, the sommelier for Cooper's Hawk. Yes, that is her actual name. Many people have confirmed this for me.
I confirmed it.
She really just does a great job all around. I don't love everything she puts out, but I can at least appreciate it. So another interesting note, since we're kind of talking about mothers, the back of the bottle has a quote on it that says, "To describe my mother would be to write about a hurricane in its perfect power," by Maya Angelou. So kind of a neat little note.
That's
Brad is
me with Emily 3 years ago.
all right.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Well, Brad, that's all I have to say about the wine. I'm gonna give it a taste here.
Okay. Oh, so you're drinking that one. I'll get yours.
So I kind of oh shit, I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What, you think there was only one and you were
I thought
gonna
it was
get
weird that you didn't pour yourself a glass.
You're the one that poured this.
Well, I thought it was weird that you disappeared your glass. Anyway, so I actually cheated and had this the other day at lunch, but I actually think it might be my current favorite of the Cooper's
Yeah.
Hawk wines.
But it really needs to open up.
Yes,
This takes, it really needs a good decant.
yeah, this is not. So the other day, again, I don't know how long the bottle had been open, but it probably hadn't been long. And I had it at the restaurant. He brought it out to me, and I said, "Wow, this is better than the curated icons that I adore so much, and half the price." So it was a
Yeah, so like I poured this for some people and they said, "Oh, it's okay." And then I basically aerated it
showed him the swirl.
for I swirled it and then had them try it again and they're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
wow, okay."
It definitely benefits from some air, but it's very rich without being overly harsh. Some dry reds, your cab blends can be kind of overly tannic and really hit you in the teeth. This one does not do that. Again, as you let it sit for about an hour or so, it's probably going to open up a lot.
Yeah.
And that flavor will become more rich and more smooth and more complex. So it's another one that I think the difference between cheap reds and good reds isn't usually or isn't always the initial taste to me. I think sometimes the difference is what happens after. So like this, I've had a sip now, I've had a couple sips, but the flavors are lingering and they're changing even after I've actually tasted the wine. And so I really think this is just an amazing, amazing glass of wine.
It's fantastic.
I'm not going to say it.
It's delightful.
It is. All right, Brad. What has been interesting in your life?
Um. So, oh my God, I think.
You just
Hold,
won
hold.
$1 million.
Wait. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
What? Why are we? What?
I'm
What's happening?
I'm making a phone call.
Okay,
Making a phone call.
this is very strange.
Yes. So
You're live.
Daniel and I are recording the podcast right now. Happy 6 months, sweetie.
Ooh.
Thank you. What a nice call.
He's spending it with me.
Yeah.
I know, I'm so jealous.
So
Why?
romantic.
You should be. Don't worry. I promise that when I kiss Daniel, I'll call him Kirsten.
Oh, good. That'll make it all better.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, that was timely.
All right. Well, he was asking me what's new, and then I remembered what day it was.
I'm so glad you remembered. I have to confess I forgot.
Oh, you bitch.
I know.
All right.
Busy day.
I'll talk to you later.
Watch out, boy. She's a man eater.
Bye.
Love you.
All right. So we went to a concert. I think it was last week.
Okay.
Over in Orlando. Saw my favorite band, Fishbone, perform.
Oh.
And she enjoyed it, and so it was kind of cool that we went to grab a bite to eat, and as we were going to on the way back, we ran into Angelo, the lead singer, and his daughter, which I'd met him several times before, and then we're walking further, and this woman stops us. She says she's in a car, and she goes, "Hey, I like your shirt." And I'm like, "Thanks." She's like, "Yeah, my cousin's in the band." I'm like, "Who's your cousin?" And she goes, "Chris." Okay, Chris is one of the original members who left the band for many years and came back
Oh, wow.
a few years ago. And he co-wrote one of my favorite songs, "Everyday Sunshine," and was basically the lead singer on that song.
That's really cool.
And so I got to take a picture with him. She was like, "Yeah, he's in that store right over there. He'll be back in a second." And it was really freaking cool. So
That's awesome.
got that, and then so we're going on a cruise in 10 days.
That's super exciting.
Yes.
And especially with all the outbreaks.
Yeah. Oh, I've already, I've had enjoyed some bleach
Yeah.
because that gets rid of
Just stick
the
a light up your butt?
hantavirus. Yeah, I stuck stuff up my butt. Although that was mainly
Then
from Kirsten's doing.
Okay.
No. What's going on with you?
Well, Mia came back to town this past weekend. She was very surprised and excited about her new car. She's I now have a chauffeur for the next several months.
Was that Jamie who is going Kia? I saw some video.
No. But we did get her a keychain. Jamie's sister made it for her that says Mia's Kia.
Oh goodness.
So, but no, it's way nicer than my first car, man. She's got quite the sedan going on there. But no, I mean, life's just been busy. Jamie's dad, I might have mentioned it before. He got the cancer diagnosis. He's had the treatment. He had a clot removed. That was fun. He was going to wait a couple of days to see if they could get him into an appointment, and Jamie said, "No, you need to go to the ER." And they removed a giant clot from his lungs. When they remove a clot from your lungs, they lay it out on a piece of paper, so you get to see the clot in its
Yeah,
full.
you sent me that picture.
Yeah,
That's really nice.
really exciting. Honestly, though, my current interesting thing is the Dr. Mike thing, man. Like you blew my mind here.
Yeah, I introduced Daniel to Dr. Mike on YouTube, which he came up as a suggestion to me sometime in the last year, and so I don't watch every one of his things. Like he'll constantly review The Pit, that TV show, and I don't watch those because I don't watch The Pit. But the guy's just fun to watch.
Well, yeah, like this episode is about like a woman who has an AI boyfriend, and a very intriguing and thought provoking conversation. So my mind keeps going to that now. Like it has me like thinking like maybe I should develop like sex toys that can be controlled by your AI boyfriend
Oh my god.
and or girlfriend. So like I mean like I feel like that's the one like glaring omission from having an AI partner is like there's no physical intimacy. But if you had a nice sex toy that your AI partner could
That
help
would be
with,
bizarre.
like think about it. Like you'd have to give it feedback, and I mean it's probably communicates better than a lot of people have like humans having sex. Would
Oh my
it'd be
god.
required? Look, don't steal my $1 million idea.
Yeah.
Maybe never mind.
I think I'm
Not
I
gonna
think
make a
I'm
joke.
good. I think I'm good.
All right, so Brad, we doing the Reddit thing, or what are we doing
We'll
right
do
now?
that after.
All right. It's kind of your topic, kind of
Yeah,
mine.
yeah, so it was the my topic was uh pranks that went wrong, but since Daniel's life got in the way, we it's no longer April, so I said, well, let's change it to world's best and worst mothers.
Yeah, I thought it was a great
So
topic.
so I'll admit my research on there is limited. Other than my own mother, which you're the best mother. No, really, no. I've
It was weird, man.
That was weird, wasn't it?
I got to see my mom the day before Mother's Day.
Yeah, my mother is fantastic. Mother, she puts up with my shit.
Shit, man, that puts her at the top of the
You
list
you have
anyway.
no idea. You've known me for 20 years. Uh, She's known me my whole life, or at least most of it. Um, but the shit that I've put her through,
Oh yeah, I mean, I feel like if you're not able to say that, you didn't do something right.
yeah. So so I remember when I was in eighth grade. I think it was around eighth grade or so, and I was taking piano lessons. It wasn't eighth grade. It was probably more like sixth or seventh. And before summer camp, we went to sleepaway camp. I went into my piano lesson, and
Brad's a little pianist.
so so I was in the room waiting and waiting and waiting, and finally I got tired of waiting, so I went out of the door, and my teacher was coming up, and so I decided to run around that basically that series of classrooms, which was like a little island. So I'm running around, and she's chasing after me, and I went back in the room and shoved the chair up
Oh
against the door
no!
so she couldn't get in, and then I was not invited back after summer camp.
And that's why Brad's not a little pianist.
Yes. So yeah, yeah. So, but I've done and seen some shit.
Well, I wasn't sure which direction to go on this, so I kind of did a mix of real and fictional mothers for
Yes.
my list.
Yes.
My first one, it's interesting. Eh, on one level, I chose this because I do think overall the character was pretty good. But this character, when I think about it, maybe it isn't so great. It's Lorelai Gilmore from the Gilmore Girls.
Okay.
So Jamie really loves this show. So it is one of the few shows I've managed to watch in its entirety with Jamie that I would never have watched at all by myself. It's actually not a bad show. It has some really annoying moments. I find the daughter to be obnoxious. She's a lot, but they even like did like a little revitalization to like carry the ending through. But not a bad show. But Lorelai is like she's like the teen mom from wealthy parents who obviously is like living this like life that as a single mother her parents don't approve of, but they tolerate. They're always trying to set her up with a man. She's doing her own thing, but it's very much the stereotypical mom that wants to be her daughter's friend most of the time. And I don't know how I feel about that. I have mixed feelings. I mean, I get that you don't want your kid to like not have a connection to you, but at the same time, like your kid's your kid. I mean, I'm friendly with my daughter because she's an adult now, so technically we're peers, but I still play the dad card sometimes. I'm like, no, we're not doing that. Um, and Mia still depends on me for certain things, so she has to go along. But I don't know. It's a weird show. It's a good show. But again, that's my biggest issue is that, and that's apparently there was a lot of criticism about that, like that the character was too much trying to be the daughter's friend. So, but I actually thought she was a pretty decent mom. Seemed to raise a good kid. Ended up being like a Yale journalist or something. So, all right, what you got, Brad?
Well, if you're going with a fictional one, then so will I. Um, I'm gonna have to go with Edith Bunker.
Like Archie's Edith? Okay.
She raised a good kid who chose an excellent, you know, spouse. Meanwhile, all the time having to deal with her bigoted husband.
Yeah, I could see that. That's it.
I think that's it.
As far
I
as you're
think that's
taking
it.
it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I mean, if you watch those shows, the amount that he rails upon other people, and she's there as being like the one that's kind of having to tame him down a little bit. Um, but I just think it shows the heart that she has. Archie.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think I have a hard time with that era and some of the stereotypical behaviors of like. I mean, she was kind of expected to deal with that. I don't know. But yeah, I can see that. I mean, I can see how like raising a child when you're not really getting a positive role model on the other side. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it shows the influence that she had on her kid versus that of her husband.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go dark now. I'm gonna go with we're gonna.
I also had that one on my list.
You had this one.
I had
Okay.
I had her on my list.
So yeah. So when I think of like horrible mother,
I almost said that one in this place instead.
I chose Cersei Lannister from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Um, vicious bitch. Like she is the worst. Now, part of it is she's just a horrible human being in general, but her children, like she survives all of her children who die in one way or another. But generally, well, the little girl wasn't that. Like we don't really know much about the little girl other than she was Cersei's daughter.
Yeah.
But like the oldest son was a shit, like total shit.
Yeah.
And we like everybody celebrated when he died. Yeah, like I don't know, like she just not a role model. But I will say, like when you think about the world of Game of Thrones, it was a world where if you wanted to be a powerful woman, you had to be ruthless and vicious. And the strong women in that show, to one degree or another, were. So I don't know. Maybe she wasn't that bad, but I just feel like as a mother, she wasn't a good example for sure.
Oh no, and I mean her kids were all bastards and inbred as well.
Yeah, that too. I mean, there's that whole element.
Yeah, I mean they weren't from her husband; it was from her brother.
I just feel like even when her children had the ability or strength to try to take a stand, she was there to like step in the way and like make sure she was in power and she was in control. So I think that's probably why I lean less toward like giving her a pass of any kind of like, hey, well, you were in this weird situation, but fabricated worlds, I get it. So,
All right.
what you got next?
I'm gonna go with a horrible mother. Uh, George Washington's mother, Mary.
I had that too.
Really? Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, how you like? She made everything about herself. She was kind of like a helicopter mother, constantly asking for money, and she was kind of like the, "Why are you doing this? Don't you see how you're making this look on me?"
What's really funny is like she was supposedly known to be like very religious and faithful and all this stuff, but she like was awful. She actually went to the Virginia legislature to like try to get them to force him to come home. Like she was always trying to stop his military career. She like every time he tried to succeed, she was like, "Make it stop! No, you can't do that." It was like, I mean, I get it. Like, I guess you wouldn't want your son to go off to war, but damn, woman.
Yeah, she tried to stop it. If it was up to her, we wouldn't be where we are today.
So, what I wonder though is, I always wonder this about historical figures, especially those like from way back when. It's like if we if he hadn't been our first president, if he hadn't been as successful, like is that behavior that uncommon? Like is that kind of like mom who wants to control the son and keep him around and keep him out of risk, I guess? Is
Well,
that
no, but I mean, we've seen things like that, you know, for years. I think she was just very controlling.
Yeah, but I also think some of that, I mean, she was a widow. Like I don't remember when exactly she became a widow in George's life, but she had like 4 or 5 kids that she raised on her own. So I guess like to some extent, if you're trying to manage 4 or 5 kids, you have to be controlling. Otherwise, you'll just be overrun, right?
I guess.
Are we paused? Or
No, we're not
oh,
paused.
you were messing with your laptop.
No, I was just. I always check to see where we are.
Ah, yeah. Are we good on time?
We're good on time.
All right. All right. All right. Well, I'm gonna go good. If you're going bad, I'm going
All
good.
right.
That's not real. I'm gonna do a real one. Sojourner Truth, who
I had that one too.
was a slave. She was sold multiple times, but ended up becoming a women's rights advocate. Obviously an abolitionist and things like that. But actually fought, like went to court in an environment where, honestly, you would think that you would have seen your prospects as hopeless. She went to court and like recovered her son, who had been, I guess, sold off. Um, I don't know. The whole world was against her, and she fought anyway and won. Where are you going, Brad?
I'm getting something to aerate this wine.
There's a lot of going on here.
Yes.
All right. Well, I guess since Brad's going to aerate the wine, I'm going to go with another good one. This is one of my favorite characters of all time, and it is Sophia Petrillo from the Golden Girls, Dorothy's mother. And don't get me wrong, Sophia had her flaws, but
Sophia had no flaws.
Sophia was 150% on her daughter's side, even when her daughter didn't want to hear it, didn't want to accept it, didn't want to be treated that way. No matter whether it's a flashback or in the moment, yes, her wit, she would lay into her daughter. However, she was always supportive. Like,
Let me ask you: if you were a golden girl, which one would you be?
which one would I want to be, or which one would I actually?
Which
be?
one would you actually be?
I would actually probably be more like Rose.
Yeah, I'd agree.
But
I would definitely be Sophia.
yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably be more like Rose. I'd want to be Blanche, but who didn't?
Yeah. Well,
Picture
I think
Sicily,
I think
1929.
I think Jamie would be Dorothy.
No comment.
All
All right,
right.
Brad, what you got next?
I'm going to go with a great mother.
Okay.
I'm going to go with my mother, Diane Joy Landers Pruce.
Tell us about her.
So, growing up, we didn't always have the easiest time because, my dad had a business, and my dad would often leave to go to work at, 3 or 4 in the morning, and he would come back at 11, 12 o'clock at night. This is like six days a week, and then on Sunday he would take an easy day, so he would only work like 10 hours. Um,
Jesus.
but even though there were some times we went through a rough time where finances weren't exactly there, that she never let us, my brother and I, know what was going on. I mean, I knew that there were some problems sometimes when I would hear them yelling in the bedroom, because not that kind of yelling. Because my room was right next to theirs. But as far as, if we wanted anything or needed anything, it was always there for us. If we had any problems, she was always there for us.
Yeah. I had a similar experience with my mother, like both my parents, but mom, when if our needs were always met. And it wasn't until I was like in my 30s that I realized that things like every once in a while when we'd go to Publix, instead of getting Oscar Mayer bologna, we would get deli German bologna. And like now I realize that like German bologna was a treat. Like that was because we were doing well and things were okay.
Yeah.
We would do um, tuna patties. Mom would like take tuna fish and make like patties out of it and bread them. And tuna fish was probably what 30 cents a can back then. But I thought it was a delicacy to the point where when I became an adult, I called her and she's like, "What? Why are you making tuna patties?" I was like, "It's because we used to have them when we were kids." And it made me realize that mom sacrificed a lot to make sure that we had what we needed and what we wanted. Even there were things that looking back they really couldn't do, but somehow they made it happen, and I know now that they sacrificed to make that happen. So yeah, I mean, I think we were both fortunate to have that strong mother figure in our lives.
Yeah.
So
And plus, it's funny that it's actually where I get my sense of humor from. So if I've got a fucked up sense of humor, and if I've offended anyone, blame my mother.
I no, I actually don't know what happened to me. I embarrass pretty much everyone in my family constantly with my sense of humor. I probably just got it from hanging out with you too much.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So you can blame my mother too.
yeah, I'll blame your mother.
Yes.
Thanks, mom. All right, Brad. What else you got?
So an effed up mother, uh, Lucille Bluth.
Yes. Oh my god.
I mean,
I didn't even think about that
how
one.
screwed up do you have to be to raise those kids
Oh man,
that
yeah.
they're all fighting with each other, they're all backstabbing each other? Well, with the exception of Jason Bateman's character.
But even Jason Bateman had some
But
real
yeah,
issues.
yeah. I mean, he had issues, but
Who is Hermano?
uh,
Sorry, if you haven't seen Arrested Development, please take the time to binge it. It's worth it.
It's wild.
Even after Netflix took it over, it took a turn, but it's still pretty good.
It's a wild,
Yeah.
wild show. It's it. You know what? I want to say if there was no Arrested Development, would there be oh my god, and I'm blanking on the show right now what it's called, um with uh the mother and father and the two kids in the hotel. I've had too much to drink.
Oh yes, she's actually on my list. Moira Rose.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
If there would have been no Arrested Development, would that show have existed?
I don't know because the one with the dogs was before Arrested Development, wasn't it? That because like that whole group was in another show.
Yeah, well, no, because I mean, they both rose up with each other in the improvisation and acting
That's
community.
true. Yeah.
But the basis for the that style of the show, that family environment, I think it almost kind of mirrors that.
Yeah, but I will say this, like shifting gears because Moira Rose was actually on my bad mothers list. But as awful as Moira Rose was, and in very similar fashion to um the what's her name?
Lucille Bluth.
In very similar fashion, like coming from wealth, not really raising your children the best. Like I feel like Moira Rose was a more redeemable character in my mind because as the show went on, like you could tell she was on a growth and learning trajectory.
Well, the first episode is rough to watch.
Yes,
It's
very
very rough to watch, and that's once you get past that, it does grow on you.
Yeah. They did a good job with that character, but yeah, like she's one of those moms that's like so awful, but you can't help but love her and root for her because she, in her own sad way, she's trying as she, folds the cheese, fold it in, just fold it in. So yeah, I guess I kind of squeezed one in there. I have another good one, and this one's actually a real one. I thought um, Coretta Scott King.
Okay.
So, she was already an activist, you know, alongside her husband, Martin Luther King Jr., and had a number of children when he was murdered. And, well, assassinated. I don't know. I guess assassination is a subcategory of murder.
Yes.
Um, but she continued to raise those children alone. And, you know, when you think about to this day how people abuse her husband's image and the image of the civil rights movement as a whole, she stood fast. And even while she was raising those kids, went out and kept fighting the fight. She didn't give up. She didn't fail. And she could have. And no one ever would have thought anything about it because, God, your husband was brutally assassinated on the path of something beautiful. But all of those kids went on to become leaders of their own, to try to do good in the world, and made a really positive impact on the civil rights movement, the LGBTQ,
LGBTQ.
the alphabet soup movement. Yeah, so like, I mean, no, they're not perfect people, but to me, having someone that you care that deeply about and you're working towards this common goal be snatched away from you and to weather through it and still manage to raise kids through that, in the climate that they were living, that's a miracle. Like I said, it caught my attention.
All right. Well, the next one I have, it's very difficult to beat this mother. She's amazing. To raise a son with intellectual disabilities who goes on to become an international ping pong champion, long distance marathoner, who created so many friendships, um, and impacted the lives met the president of the United States.
Moon, the president of the United States.
became became a father. I mean, we're talking about Forrest Gump's mother.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's a mother right there.
Yeah. No, like I said, I thought her character was very strong and very complex with limited screen time. Like,
Right.
It was
Right.
it was a really well written character that they brought out and
Well,
really
hold on a second though. You know what? You don't just mother while you're on screen. That's a lifelong commitment.
says you.
I'm not a mother. I'm a
You're a. Never mind. We're busy. On to the next one. So my next one is we're gonna switch gears and go to the bad mother side. This one, I remember. I know I wasn't supposed to, but like, dads get tired and don't have the energy to fight with you. So if I would like wake up in the evening and dad was still awake, he was often watching Married with Children, and Peggy Bundy.
Oh yeah.
Was the ultimate in absentee moms, even though she was sitting on the couch smoking a cigarette. She gave zero fucks about anything. Her kids.
But that was an endearing trait for her.
Yeah.
I think she raised self-sufficient children.
Let's go with self-sufficient. That's a good one.
Yes. I think that was a trait of a good mother.
Yeah. I mean, I guess.
Because if they couldn't do it for themselves, no one else was going to.
She wasn't gonna. They weren't gonna have a clean house. They weren't gonna be fed. Yeah. But yeah, Peggy Bundy was just a great, well-written character, and awful mom, but so well-written to be an awful mom. So,
and apparently, I think not her character, but I think the kids were played by different people. In the original, but it just didn't work out as well. So I mean, we're lucky that we ended up with who we had.
But like, there's kind of a parallel. Like, yes, back then she was a satire, but if you look at like, I don't know if you've seen South Park's episode, "The End of Obesity." It was like a special. There's like this whole thing about the GLP-1 moms.
I haven't seen that. Yeah,
it's so good.
Yeah,
but like, now that I'm thinking about that in comparison to Peggy Bundy, it's so apt. It's really check it out.
I was thinking of the one where Cartman just kept getting fatter. Actually, all the kids started getting fatter because they were playing, I think, World of Warcraft.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, again, check out The End of Obesity, South Park.
All right. It's worth it. All right. I will look that up. Well, I'm done.
I don't think I might be done too. I think I might have one more. Oh, you know what? I have one more. I have a good one. This is a good one, and one that many of us can connect with. Marge Simpson.
Fantastic mother.
Like, in a show that has really transcended like at least 2 generations now. It's still going, I think, right? They're still making
I think so, yeah.
And Marge Simpson has been there through it all. She's always there. She's basically raising 4 children. But, she's just steadfast. She's just always supportive, no matter what, in the best way she can, but takes a stand when it's necessary. She, good mom. Good mom.
Fantastic mother.
All right.
I think she raised some really good, intelligent, headstrong children.
Yeah. I mean, in different ways of their own.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Before we go on to Reddit, what's our next topic?
Our next topic. So, Brad and I had a wonderful, wonderful date night with our significant others recently.
We did.
Where we were treated to the experience of diamond painting.
Treated?
Diamond painting.
Treated?
We were treated.
I wasn't treated. I told Kirsten, many times how I was not treated.
If you don't know what diamond painting is, we will tell you all about it in our next episode. Diamond painting and other absolutely insane hobbies.
Don't fucking do it. If your boyfriend or girlfriend says, "Hey, let's do this,"
get an AI girlfriend.
Don't do. Yeah, get an AI spouse or whatever significant other. Do that.
All right, Brad, you're up.
All right, what's going on Reddit? I try to find some other ones on some different channels, some jokes or whatnot, but I ended up right back where I usually go to, whereas am I the asshole? So this one was canceled vacation with a girl. Story. First, I'm a male in my 30s. About 2 months ago, a female friend in her late 20s reached out to catch up. She lives in a different state than me. She recently separated from her fiance. The fiance broke up with her. We started catching up, and she stated she wanted to go on a trip with me. She would pay for her plane ticket and a portion of meals and gas during the trip. I would pay for the lodging, 2-bedroom, 2-bath
Hold on, back
Airbnbs.
up. This was the first conversation you've had with this person in a while?
Um, no, it says we started catching up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So totally around $2,000 for me. The cost does not include food, gas, or activities. She indicated that nothing sexual would happen because of her religious beliefs, which honestly was fine with me. Well, things progressed to heavy flirting, late night phone calls, and very personal conversations daily, almost throughout the day. Well, last week she told me she wanted to fly to see another guy before going on her trip. Thus, she would see him and then fly to our trip. She said she wants to go because he's offering to pay for everything, and she wants to be irresponsible while still in her 20s. She says she wants a free trip. She said they would have separate hotel rooms and she would not sleep with him again because of her religious beliefs. However, she showed the text between the two showing a pretty strong indication that he wants to hook up with her and her responding that she will not do it. What's the outcome? So, experience and wisdom had the alarm bells ringing, and I canceled the trip and reservations after 48 hours of thinking it over. I told her I was not comfortable with this after all the planning we did and the effort. Additionally, he is being open about wanting to hook up, and she was making it a possibility. But I would be uncomfortable being around her on a trip after being with this guy. So I know what my thoughts are. What are your thoughts about this?
So, first of all, are we sure the guy actually existed? Because it sounds like a whole manipulation to get him to pay for everything instead of just what he had already paid for. Or what she, like, like, I don't know. The whole thing sounds like a manipulation to me, and maybe it's just because I'm all overly cautious about that kind of thing. But at the same time, I find it weird that someone would call somebody they haven't been in touch with in a while, like start reconnecting, and I mean, it sounded like it's fairly quickly moved on to, I want to go on a trip with you, which is a really weird thing to jump to. Like, I have friends that I'm really close with, and it took me years before I was like, let's go on a trip together. So maybe, I don't know. It's just, the whole thing.
Okay, I'm gonna throw out a tag that's been thrown out many times before. I I think she's a narcissist.
Probably, yeah.
I think the other guy does exist, but I think she's wanting everything to be about her, and which also may be why her fiance ended things, because she constantly wants to make everything about her.
Listen, man, there is nothing worse than being in a relationship. Well, I guess an abusive relationship, but like, narcissism is often a root cause behind abusive relationships, and narcissists are some of the worst human beings you will ever encounter. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Not gonna take this anywhere we agreed not to go, Brad.
Fair enough. I thought you were going to talk about Jeff.
Oh no, I was gonna talk about
Oh, yeah. Anyways, so but yeah,
the color of your phone.
I think that he's wise to just go ahead and end it
Yeah, absolutely.
because she's just stringing him along and wants to string everyone else along. She wants to have fun, and that's fine,
Yeah,
but not at someone else's, um, even if it's just emotional expense.
I agree.
So,
All right. Well, anything else you want to add, Brad?
well, we're in the new place. I don't. Did we mention that?
You said you had picked one out, but I don't think you had moved in. But last time we.
No, but did we mention that today?
Oh yeah, we're at the new studio.
We're in my new place. Um, so actually, today was move-in day, so hence why you see a lot of bottles in the background, and you don't even see the half of them. So eventually, I'll get everything situated. I still have to go back to the old place over the next week and get everything else out,
Okay.
which is going to be a pain in the.
Good times.
So, looking forward once again to going on the cruise in 10 days. 10 days? Oh my god!
You got a pack.
I'm just gonna wear my thong. That's that. I'm gonna wear the same thong every day. I'm just gonna rinse it at the end of each night.
Yeah. Inside, outside, front, back.
Yep, that's it.
That's 4 days at least.
Yep, done, done.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us on yet another delightful episode.
It was wonderful.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm looking over here.
Well, it's because
Over
you're
here's
looking
the
at this
camera.
weird bird thing.
I know this is a
Um,
weird bird.
So, yeah, we're. If you want to listen to us, we're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and we are also on Instagram and Facebook
Yes.
as Wine, Whiskey, and Words. If you want to email us, we are winewhiskeyandword@gmail.com. And keep an eye out for our coming soon line of AI sex toys that you can use with your AI significant other.
Thank you,
Wine,
Daniel.
Whiskey, and Word branded.
Great.
I'm sorry.
Great.
I got nothing.
It's our sex toys are gonna be bourbon flavored.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or
So
wine flavored.
no, we're not doing wine.
All right.
That would be just bourbon.
Okay.
Bourbon and no, not.
All
We
right.
test marketed tequila, and the tequila ones just didn't work out.
Okay. All right. Well, have a good time. Cheers.
Peace out.